Did I mention that I really like the new Mastodon album? The sort of deep tracks, unreleased goodness, live, and all that, covers. Yeah, the new Mastodon. It's a good listen. Hey y'all, I'm Shaggy, the opinionated hippie. Welcome back. I am continuing to review and rank all of Frank Zappa's albums, the ones he recorded and released while he was alive. And we are now on number 20, Over-Nite Sensation. This is a good album, almost a great album. Parts of it are great. Really, there's one thing holding it back, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes. Two things, actually. But even though we're at number 20, this is still a solid album. And I think a lot of people will have this in their top 10. I have one, again, like I said, one major flaw with this album that I will get to later. But for the most part, this is a lot of really good stuff. It's one LP, two sides. In the streaming digital age, I guess that doesn't matter. But the first side is just from start to finish, just almost perfect. Camarillo Brillo, which is this fun, rollicking, bouncy, like jaunty little pop number that, you know, in a different world is a hit. Shout out to the rhythm section. This is the 73 touring band that toured for most of 73. So you got Ralph Humphrey and Tom Fowler, drums and bass respectively. Phenomenal, with Ruth Underwood on percussion. They are especially make a difference in Camarillo Brillo. That song is just like a percussion, just joy. Like it's just these rolling thunder drums and these percussion fills, and it's just absolutely just headphone, like drench yourself in the percussion and the drums on this track. Phenomenal. And then Tom Fowler for all of the guitar solos. I think there's 5 guitar solos on this. None of them are like those lengthy 5-minute ones, but they're all fantastic solos. And Tom Fowler's bass in particular, phenomenal. George Duke is on keyboards. You have Bruce Fowler on trombone. And on the album, you have a couple guest vocalists. And Jean-Luc Ponty on violin is on this, and he gets a solo on one of the songs. So you got Camarillo Brillo to kick it off, followed by I'm the Slime, which just has that swagger, that just dun 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 dun. I mean, just great song. Nice, really solo at the end. That fades out. It fades out. So this album loses a point for a fade out solo. Frank, don't ever fade out your solos. Just do something else with them. But I deduct a point because, I want to hear all of Frank's solos. Even if it fades out and that last note is the last note he would play, cut it short or go into something else. Just makes it more interesting. Then you get Dirty Love, which is just harmless little fun. Great little rock and roll pop number. And then you get absolutely phenomenal 50-50. When the band toured this, they did an instrumental version of this. So it was almost the exact same song. You got that melody. I think it was mostly played by Jean-Luc Ponty, though I think Fowler may have doubled it on horn. And then you got a solo section, which was Duke, Ponty, and then Frank. The solos live were a little bit longer than the ones here, but these are still really good solos. And Frank's solo in particular is like a minute and a half of an angry 5-year-old just scribbling as fast as they can. I mean, that's what it sounds like. It just sounds like, and it's that for like the entire duration. But it's phenomenal. Side 1, great. Side 2, Zombie Wolf opens up, and this is the studio version of Zombie Wolf, and I think this is the best Zombie Wolf I have ever heard. I love the You Can't Do That on Stage Volume 1. I love the 88 version. I love all other versions I've heard, but this one, Frank's solo on this, the sound of the band, like this is it. This is the Zombie Wolf to beat all Zombie Wolves. Then you have another song, and then you close with Montana, which is great, has a great solo. Again, the percussion sounds amazing, the band sounds amazing. Great way to end the album. But between Zombie Wolf and Montana, you have Dynamo Hum, which is about a girl who challenges Frank as a first-person narrator to make her hum, you know, by rubbing her sugar plum with his thumb. There's a lot of rhyming of hum and plum and stuff like that. I have no problem with the content, no problem with songs that are sexual, over the top, risque. That does not bother me. I just think it's a bad song, and it's not something I ever needed to listen again to after hearing it the first time. However, as Frank has pointed out in many live shows, whenever he plays Dynamo Hum or in interviews, After he released this album, that song became the most requested song that people ever wanted to hear live, which makes me sad because I despise it. I do not like it more than I do not like Can't Afford No Shoes. However, Can't Afford No Shoes is on a better album, so its effect hurt me even more. But again, the inclusion of Dynamo Hum on this album has ruined this album. This album could be ranked much lower, much closer to number one if it wasn't for Dynamo Hum and the fade out guitar solo in I'm a Slime. Those two things are not good. But yeah, other than that, great album, fun album, kind of an easy album. Zombie Wolf and Montana are probably the most difficult pieces that have the parts that are the most challenging, but they're not head-scratching, headache-inducing challenging. They're just like, whoa, that band can play this. And it sounds amazing. The sound is good. It's a great studio recording. And again, the band is great. And that, I think their personality shines through. You feel how connected this band is, how they had been touring this material, then went into the studio to record it and released it. So anyways, love it. Number 20, Over-Nite Sensation. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. And that's it. Take care. Be safe. Talk to you later. Peace.